Hey, patrol members. I'm glad you could join me out here in the middle of no place. And so, we talked about binoculars yesterday, right? And what people did in the good old days. And hang on. Hey, everybody, I'm back. I wasn't prepared. So, if you're going camping today, and you need light, like to see. There's a variety of modern lanterns that require nothing but battery to run. And they're incredibly bright, like this light that's on me right now. I have a couple of camping lanterns that you can put them on a low setting and sit them in your tent. And if you're lying in the rack, it's comfortable lighting. And they'll run for 30 days on the low setting. Okay? Or if you need like an area light, you got stuff like this. You know, you turn it on, you have a bright light, you can adjust how bright it is. See, make it, it has a flashlight, has all kinds of stuff, right? Or the modern take on the old GI flashlight. Look at that. That is bright. This is eye-hurting bright. And when you get the instructions for these lights, they recommend that you do not look into the beam, right? Because you damage your eyes. So soldiers in the field have more, and this has got the, hey, for all you vets out there, this has got all the colored lenses right here, you know, it's got all that happy horse stuff. But in the 1940s, what did you use? Right? Flashlights weren't the same. And even before. It's a flashlight from 1926. It's an Ever-Ready. Company's been around a long time. It's really well made. 2C batteries. But the reason they were called flashlights is you only turn them on for a few seconds to see where you're going. You didn't leave them on if you didn't have to, because the lifespan of the old zinc carbon batteries was very short, right? But you take 2 Duracell batteries and put them in here, and an LED bulb, and you have a pretty good little flashlight for by today's standards. And it still works. There you go. 1926. Or fast forward to the 1940s. Right? This is a Burgess flashlight, a Burgess rangefinder. And you put LED bulbs in it and regular alkaline batteries, and it's pretty good. You get a lot of use out of it, you know. There you go. Like if you're working on something, it's perfect. And it's got a feature where you can flash it. It says it does, but I've been unable to make that feature work. Also, it's got a loop on it so you can hang it from like a jacket button. Now remember, on all these old flashlights, these lenses here, these are actual glass. So you have to be careful with them. So you move on up.
To the east side.
That's right, moving on up. To the late 40s, early 50s. And you could buy lanterns like this, the Delta. Once again, modern alkaline batteries, LED bulbs, and it casts a pretty good light. Or if you want to light up the inside of your tent, there you are. It's got a hole in the handle so you can hang it on a nail in the wall. You can hang it from inside your tent. Light up the inside of the tent, right? Or, if you really need light, you flip a switch on the side and you have both. And instead of running for minutes, with modern batteries and bulbs, it'll run for hours. The Delta. Yep. Delta Power Light. You can get them at antique stores, thrift stores, eBay, if you like this kind of thing. Now we're shooting up into the late 50s, early 60s. There you go. Here's another Ever-Ready, the Ever-Ready Captain. Now this still has its original bulb, but it does have alkaline batteries in it. Oop. There you go. So the back was loose. But alkaline batteries can breathe new life into an antique flashlight. So you could probably get 45 minutes to an hour out of alkaline batteries, where in the old days this flashlight would probably run 15, 20 minutes tops. Once again, mount it up on the old shoulder and do your work. And then we get to the workhorse of the 60s and 70s, the Teledyne Big Beam. 2 6-volt batteries and a sealed beam headlight, just like your car. And this shoots out a spot that goes quite a ways. You can see it behind me, the spotlight. And it's very bright, very bright. This will hurt your eyes. It's got an adjustable, this head adjusts. Well, it did adjust. I have 2 of these. The other head adjusts. This probably needs to be lubricated and adjusted here. But, yep. And let me show you how you make this easier to use. These 6-volt batteries are very expensive, but you can go on Amazon and get an adapter to take 4D batteries, right? And you're saving money. It'll also work with only one of them. Because these are in parallel. So you have 6 volts, but you have double the current. My other one only takes why aren't you going? There you go. My other flashlight only takes one of those batteries. There we go. Teledyne Big Beam. And the one that all the high school kids wanted for their car. The Radio Shack Powerhouse 5. Yeah. This was considered one of the have-to-have for your car flashlights in the way back when I was in high school. And you could send Morse code with it. I see a Russian submarine off the coast of Santa Monica. This still has its original bulb. It does have alkaline batteries. And there it is. Radio Shack Powerhouse 5. And when I got this, I bought this on eBay. It wasn't that expensive. It was like 15 bucks. It was still in its original package. The original plastic bag with the hang tag. You know, you go in Radio Shack and pick it up. Or if you started a Radio Shack credit account, you got this for free. But I never had good enough credit to get a Radio Shack credit account. But that's okay. They're not in business anymore. Anyway, patrol members, that's a bunch of my vintage flashlights. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. I have some really old flashlights. Maybe we'll cover them again in the future. But yeah, this is what people used to use in the way back when. And now they use flashlights like this. All kinds of lights. You know, and they're bright. Nothing wrong with them. So until next time, later, mater. 3, 2, 1, action. Hey Kurt, check this out. Do you think this is the camera?
What?
I've never had this happen before.
What? It's trying to, well, it's pixelating for some reason. It's not showing on the camera.
Okay, so it's probably just this
The
thing.
connection.
Hey, into day 3. We're almost out of here. Get up in the morning, pack up. I don't know if I'm going to show all that. Probably show you me being back on the road. This SD card has 11 minutes on it. So I only have one camera left that's got room on it. And I didn't bring any spare cards. I didn't think I'd shoot this much. And one camera I left on accidentally, and it recorded like 2.5 hours of just nothing. That's my fault. It's my fault. Anyway. See you in the morning. Later, mater. Oh, good morning, patrol members. Last day. I told you I wasn't probably going to film this morning, but I've got, hang on. Now, last night it said I had 11 minutes left on this SD card, but now it says that I have an hour and 40 minutes, so I don't know what's going on. But hey, I'm not going to look gift hour in the mouth. Skull. That's good chinch. I'm going to we're gonna start packing up here in a bit, so later, Mater. So we are not traveling on the normal road, the road that we normally travel on. We are paralleling the tracks just to see if this road is any better than the main road. Now, when we first came out here 40 years ago this year, that road didn't exist. There was an old road that paralleled the train tracks, which we're on right now, because they put a pipeline in and graded a new road. So the main road is way down there. I kind of figured you could make it because I came through here in the Yukon and the Wagoneer without four-wheel drive. Okay, my buddy Kurt got a little bit stuck and I had to pull him out with a kinetic rope, which I bought like 4 years ago and I haven't used it, and it was like $250, which, because it's not a Yankum rope or a Metz rope or a Trailmate or Green rope, but it's a kinetic rope. And boy, I'm glad I spent the money, because it would have been a pain in the ass to get him out unstuck without that rope. We would have had to figure something out. But anyway, we're back on track, back on the original road that led to what we call the bunker. Later, Mater. This was a big old tree, and now it's been knocked down to size. That's kind of a shame. Of course, they consider these invasive species, so they don't encourage the growth of these trees. This is a place called Salt Marsh. This used to be a watering stop on the railroad. Right over here. This concrete foundation's where a water tower once stood. And I guess that's where the motor for the pump went. And right here with the X on it, this is where a pump was. And the pump was here up until a couple of years ago, when they removed the pump and just filled this in with concrete. And way over there is a cemetery. I'm not going to go out to the cemetery on this trip. But yeah, people used to live here. Enough people lived here that there's a cemetery for the people who used to live here. You know, you might hear the phrase whistle stop or tank town. That's what this was. Where the train blew its whistle and stopped, or there was a water tank here for them to get water for the locomotives. Water tank, tank town. And I'm really sorry about that tree being knocked down. Salt Marsh. I mean, I say Salt Marsh. No! Archer siding. And there was a siding here. The siding's long gone. the wildflowers. Hard to see here, but apparently that airplane just landed in Amboy. It's kind of a cool airplane. Anyway, we're gonna get going because there's a lot of shit going on here. Or B-25, B-25.
And somebody has to graffiti a little bit on the back.
Oh, naturally, right? But the article I read online was that it was an A-26. Well, it is the day after, and I am out getting breakfast for Mrs. Patrol and I at McDonald's. And I have to empty all my gear out of the truck. A lot of stuff. I'm not looking forward to doing it, but hey, it has to be done. There's a lot to go into patrolling, a lot of gear. And I really appreciate you guys tagging along with me. It means a lot. Like and subscribe. Blah, blah, blah. You know. And thanks for supporting the channel. Later, Mater.